Good day, viewers. I am Honorable Richard Tanadi, and right here with me, it's Orinami Ayo, the international admin of SWIFTtrip. And today we'll bring to you an amazing opportunity known as SWIFTtrip. So, just getting right to it, I would ask, what is SWIFTtrip, sir?
All right, thank you very much. And I want to say to those our viewers that are out there, wanting to know the reason why we are passionately talking about this business, SWIFTtrip, why we are so happy. You see the enthusiasm in us whenever we talk about SWIFTtrip. That's because there's something embedded in SWIFTtrip which you want to know right now. Now, to the question, what is SWIFTtrip? SWIFTtrip is a global transportation and commerce service providing platform set to revolutionize how people travel and connect through the help of the latest version of the internet called the Web 3.0. So this is what SWIFTtrip is all about. And sir, I want to ask,
Okay.
do you mind telling the viewers, those listening to us today, what we are building at this phase?
Excellent. We are developing a system around major needs of people all over the world, and you get to understand the core services. But what we are doing right now has to do with automation. There is a need for us to build something that can work for us even while we are not there, while we are sleeping. We can be making money. And I think that would have given us the privilege to escape the prophecy of Warren Buffett that says, if you do not find a way to make money while you sleep, you work until you die. Today we talk about automation. Today we're talking about systems. Today we're talking about AI, talking about robotics. But many still thinks that the automation or the AI innovation has to do with the robots moving from here to there, not knowing or realizing that automation is right at your fingertips. Yeah, so many persons are busy scrolling through the internet endlessly, but not realizing the power that they possess. Amazing. So I would need to ask you, sir,
Yes, sir.
what are the core services that we are building this automation around?
Amazing. Of course, every businessman or every business inclined person will want to know the services a particular company is rendering before they can put in their money or whatever, or before they can identify with that company. So this brings us to what SWIFTtrip core services are. Now let's look at it. We have the very first one, which is the aviation. We have the e-taxi, we have the e-commerce, we have the logistics, and also the hospitality. These 5 services, I call them 5 alive because there are 5 unique services.
Yeah.
Of course, there are 5 services that are not just there. These services are services that is coming to change our life for
Sure.
the
Yeah.
life of as many that will identify with it. And you also know that these 5 services that SWIFTtrip will be rendering, they are all built on Web 3.0, on blockchain. Amazing. You know,
Yeah.
this is what makes you stand out right now as you're listening to us is the power of what you've gotten. And what's that? Information that you've been able to see the 5 amazing services that SWIFTtrip will be rendering by the time the business is in operation.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So you mentioned all of these services already.
Yeah.
The aviation,
the e-taxi, the e-commerce, the logistics, and the hospitality. Or if you
Amazing.
want me to bring them down or roll them out in phases so I can, maybe the listeners can understand when we're talking about this particular service.
Yeah, so like we're talking about the aviation
Okay,
business.
the aviation.
Are we just owning aircraft like doing?
No. We
Yeah.
are coming to own. See, when we're talking about the aviation business, SWIFTtrip is actually coming to own its airport. That's why I say what you have is a massive information that millions of people are out there looking for.
Sure.
With the power of collaboration, you have the opportunity to be an owner of an airport.
Beautiful.
Not just that, e-taxi business like
Amazing.
Uber, Bolt. Do you want to talk about the e-commerce where you can buy and sell? We have the likes of Jumia, Amazon, eBay. These are platforms where you transact. You purchase your stuff online.
Wow.
Then we also have the logistics. Of course, by the time you purchase something online, there's a problem that has been created.
Sure.
And what's that? How to get
Get it, to get it to the
delivered.
destination.
Exactly. That is where the logistics comes in play. We have the likes of DHL, God is good logistics, name them. Then the fifth one, which is the hospitality. Of course, every one of us know hotel. When we're talking about hospitality, don't think it's hospital. No, we are talking about accommodation where you and I can lay our head. That's why we call it Swift Homes. So people don't know there's a difference between home and house. A house is where you just is a place of shelter, but a home is a place of belonging. That is why SWIFTtrip is called Swift Homes. So these are our 5 services.
Amazing. So let's throw more light on the Swift Homes. Okay. So talking about the Swift Homes, can you share with the viewers the ongoing development around Swift Homes?
Amazing. And you listening to me today, I said you're well filled with enough messages, enough packages. Okay, now when we talk about the Swift Homes, we are happy to announce to you that we've secured our land here in Rivers State, Port Harcourt, and we are looking at not just erecting any structure, but we are coming out to erect something that has never been erected in Rivers State, Port Harcourt.
Wow.
Do you know what is that? Coming with 20-story building.
Amazing.
The tallest building in Rivers State, you can see. That's our land that we are talking about. You can see the CEO. This is something we are building. Come together, let us co-own these services all together, because in SWIFTtrip you're not just coming to look at the 5 services and say, okay, this is the niche, this is the one I want, this is the one I want, I don't want this one. No, you're owning them in totality. So amazing. You shouldn't miss out on SWIFTtrip.
Interesting. Yes. So now I think we'd like to share with you how you benefit out of this. How would you benefit out of this system that SWIFTtrip is developing? The aviation, the e-taxi, the logistics, the hospitality. I skipped one. The e-commerce. Yeah. There's 5 core services. You need to understand that this being built on the blockchain, the Web 3.0, is a smart contract. So you are coming to buy into a decentralized ownership. This is not a traditional kind of shares. That is why we do not call ourselves shareholders, but rather co-founders, co-owners, as the case will be. But you should know that you are part of the owners of this system. And once you have subscribed or registered as an owner of SWIFTtrip, you are getting an ownership privilege of 0.50125% of the business globally. Now, what does this mean? You are going to be earning based on smart contract on every transaction done. The aviation on every ticket. The e-taxi on every time a passenger books a ride, whether in China or in India or in France, wherever this is happening, you're making money. It's interesting. And then you already can use your mind to revolve around the e-commerce, the logistics, the hotels. Every guest coming in, you're making money. Every buyer purchasing, you earning. Every seller with billing or delivering what purchased, you're making money. So it's amazing. But let's do something narrow to the e-taxi. How are you going to make money? Let's use that scenario for an illustration so you understand the power of your ownership to SWIFTtrip, which is that 0.50125% you take on every transaction done. So an incoming fund from a person we regard as a profit generator, like the customer who is the guest to the hospitality, a passenger who is booking flight, or who is booking the e-taxi, or a buyer on the e-commerce platform, all of these are customers and they are regarded as profit generators. So whatever that person pays is considered 100%, and from that 100% the company gets has, the shareholders, or rather the co-founders, get theirs. They own the person who is the customer per se makes a percentage out of this, and we didn't talk about that. No problem. In other section we talk about the PYC policy. SWIFTtrip it's large, it's amazing, and the more we share with you, the more you get more understanding. This is the first company where the customers will patronize the business and they make money out of it. Amazing. Interesting. That has never happened in the world. Wow. So let's keep that aside first, but let's just focus on how you as a subscriber to the ownership of SWIFTtrip makes money.
Of course, every business inclined person wants to know how he or she will benefit.
Yeah, for them to say they understand the business.
Yeah,
cool.
All right, please take us on that ride.
All right.
Benefit and
now let's consider a trip of $50 that has been concluded in the United States. How are you going to make money out of it? Just look at it. 50 multiplied by your co-ownership percentage, which is 0.5015%. What do you get? That's going to give you 0.60625 cents. Incredible. And if we move forward to look at how this can be multiplied in the space of years by the power of automation, remember the goal here is automation. Now we just made money, 0.650625 cents. That could look small, but by the power of systems, by the power of automation, by the power of artificial intelligence, cents can become millions, billions, trillions, decillions, virgin trillions of dollars. And that is why we say SWIFTtrip is going to make you a virgin trillionaire in dollars. Incredible. So in the space of, let's use 10 years, SWIFTtrip has performed worldwide, just the e-taxi, 100 trillion transactions. Someone would say 100 trillion transactions in 10 years, no problem. Whatever is comfortable for you, let's fly with it. You say it will be done in 100 years, 100 trillion trips in 100 years, beautiful. If time will play that out, that you have earned so much and you left something behind for your children, that's massive. Come on, let's go get it done. So look at the logic here. That leads to 0.60625 cents multiplied by 100 trillion transactions. That will be $62,500,000. Mind blowing. So let your mind expound to the aviation. Let it expound to the e-taxi, the e-commerce. I've just explained the e-taxi. So think about the logistics. Think about the hospitalities. It is incredible. You should understand that whatever we're doing in SWIFTtrip is a global agenda. We can be talking about decentralization and we're not talking about globalization. So welcome to this amazing opportunity. And from here, I would pass it on to the international admin to tell us how we can subscribe as a co-owner of SWIFTtrip.
Amazing. All right, you've passed it on to me, but then I'd also like to pass something on to you, sir, because you know it's what you said now is so interesting, and from every indication that has been laid right now, it simply shows that this business has not been launched, right? It's not in operation. Now you've shown to us how myself as a co-owner can earn from this business, which is massive, and from the calculation you did, it's just one service giving us 62 point something million dollars. Now I want to know, now that we've not launched the business, is it possible for me to earn now?
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
And I think I will handle that quickly. Now that's a very good one. How can you earn in the now? Remember, we are looking out for co-founders of this, and every co-founder is employed to find the next co-founder. What you coming into this now to purchase the co-ownership slots, I don't need to talk about this now, but if you're giving me this, it will then make me to talk about that. You understand? So now you're going to be buying into this ownership for $250. A $100 will go in for what we call the awareness of this information, dissemination of this information, that it can get to the right persons. A lot of persons would hear it and discard it, but some will see it as the future they desire, and they buy into it. Then little by little we find ourselves and we make it happen. So where am I driving to? 0.50125% is what you own, and you can buy more than 2 slots. So it is very selfish and very unreasonable that a person keeps this to himself. Once you have bought into SWIFTtrip, you can't say, I am going to save more, so I'm not going to tell my friend about this opportunity, so I can buy as much as I can. 1 unit, 1 unit. You can't have more, no matter how much you present into the company. It's a decentralized ownership. And what's going to make this $250 you are using to buy this amazing opportunity today is what? Collaboration. The company is going to sell 3% of the business, and we go live, because that's a very good question someone will ask. When are we launching, since we are in the vision phase? So let me quickly answer that. We are going to launch this business at the sales of 3% ownership of the business. You own 0.50125% out of the 3%. So how many units will be taken out like that to consume the 3%? You do your calculation. That's going to give you 2.4 million units, or 1 person to 1 unit. That's 2.4 million people purchasing this. How many persons do you know, sir?
I don't know to
1 million. Do you know up to 100,000? Do you know up to 10,000?
No, sir.
Maybe up to 500?
Yes.
You know up to 500
Yes.
persons? You want 1,000 persons?
I don't know.
Okay, good. So we can not do it ourselves. That's where I'm driving to. We can only do it with something they call law of cycles.
Okay.
Everyone is connected to like 5 persons. You know me very well.
I know you.
I know you very well.
Of course.
Do you know there is somebody I know so much that you don't know?
Of course.
There is someone you know very well. You can put a call to that person now. For the years we've known, I don't know that person,
Very true.
but that person listens to you. So every one of us worldwide, we are connected in cycles of 5. So we want to leverage on this law of cycles. I know you, I tell you. You know that person, you tell that person. If you don't tell that person, I would never meet that person to let the person know. So what am I driving to? The company says, okay, since we can operate around the law of cycles, let's pay the co-founders of SWIFTtrip who go out of their own way, because many persons will say, I just want to buy into it, I'm not interested in sharing the information. So as many who shares the information, they get paid. How do they get paid? From that $100 which is reserved for the awareness of this project.
Okay.
$150 is reserved for your ownership slots, which is put in to the development of the project. $100. It's like I told you about SWIFTtrip. You like it. What you're going to pay is $150. But you say, oh wow, I like this. If you like it, you're going to sponsor the project to get to the next year. And if you say, I'm not interested in creating the awareness, in supporting or sponsoring the awareness of SWIFTtrip, then leave it. It's not for you. Do you want to be part of it? You pay $250. $150 for your subscription, $100 for the awareness. Now I repeated that so it can sink. $100. If I was the one that directly told you about SWIFTtrip, the company pays me $70 for that, because we are all solving a challenge right here, standing before our success, which is selling off 3% of SWIFTtrip. And this is a task for all co-founders. Find other co-founders by the word of mouth. Spread information. You can share the link of these videos. Tell somebody about SWIFTtrip, and when that person want to get registered, the person contact you, say, okay, now I'm ready to be part of it. Guess what? When that person makes that payment of $250, $100 is taken, $70 is yours. If you calculate $100 today in Nigerian currency, that is 6,000 naira. That is good money that exceeds so many persons' salaries.
Of course.
So what are you waiting for? I've heard so many persons say, go find something else to do, go get a better job. What is job? Job is what gives you money. What is business? Business is what keeps you busy. That's why it's called busyness.
Okay.
Business, what's keeping you so busy? That's what your busyness. So get busy doing something that cannot just pay you, but will pay you and profit greatly your generations, even those unborn. Now, after the $70 is paid to you, the person who told you about SWIFTtrip in the second generation gets $15. The other gets $10 and the other gets $5. If you calculate this, that is
Total of $100.
$100. The company is reserving nothing to itself, but all to the co-founders of SWIFTtrip. Did I do justice to this question?
You did justice to that, and I also love the
Thank you so much.
aspect of it. That's more than Nigerian minimum wage.
Yeah, more than Nigerian minimum wage. So get busy doing this, and you'll just be elevated financially. You can be broke doing SWIFTtrip, even in the now.
Thank you very much, sir. And I'm asked to talk about
How you get registered in SWIFTtrip.
Simple. And how do you do that? Just by making your $250 payments to the company's account, which is Swiftify Technologies Ltd. And the account number will shown on the screen. That's 200460 something. I can't really say that, so you'll get that on the screen. Okay. And please, we beseech everyone that wants to register, do not make your payment to an individual account. Please make sure you're making your payment to the company's account. Like I said, the account number will be placed on the screen while you watch this video. And also, you want to know the conversion rate. Maybe you want to pay via Naira, you want to know the conversion rate. All you just need to do is to visit the company's website, which is www.seedinvest.swifttripcampaign.com. There, once you go to the company's website, you will see the disclaimer. Once you see the disclaimer, you will just go through it, especially if it is your first time of going to the app. Then you will see what we call, once you're done reading the disclaimer, you will see what we call USD inflow. There's a figure beneath that USD inflow. For today, that is 1,542 naira. So simply, if you're making your registration today, simply multiply whatever figure you're seeing beneath that USD inflow times $250. Whatever it gives to you, that's what you will pay to the company's account. So once you made your payment, all you need to do is to send your proof of payment to your sponsor. Who is your sponsor? The person that told you about SWIFTtrip, the person that shared this video to you, the person that invited you to our physical meeting, the person that invited you to our Telegram meeting. This person or that person is your sponsor. So you will send your full name to the person, your receipt, your email, and your phone number. Please, no nickname. Nothing like G-Boy, nothing like Abigail or what.
Abigail is the name.
Abigail is the name. Okay, nothing like G-Baby, okay? G-Boy,
Achalugo.
Achalugo. So your name and your name must match with your bank account. So once you do that, forward it to your sponsor. Your sponsor will then connect you or contact the hub admin of your state or country. If there is no hub admin in your state or country, then your sponsor will connect with the international admin of SWIFTtrip, and your registration will be done. You will then be recognized as a co-owner of SWIFTtrip. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And to add to that, we don't share links.
We don't share links.
So in case you ask your friend,
registration link.
The registration link, please, I want to go. No, it's deliberate so that everyone can always communicate with the company. So when you get registered and you've logged into your co-founders app, which you get on the website, www.seedinvest.swifttripcampaign.com, click on the login from the menu bar. That takes you straight to the co-founders app. Then okay, yeah, that's how do I put this now? The person who you are trying to register, let me talk to not to those now who are registering, but rather the co-owner or the co-founder who is trying to register someone into SWIFTtrip as a co-founder. Because in your first time, you might want to find it challenging. I thought that I'll just send a link to this friend of mine and the person gets registered. Remember, you yourself didn't register with link. Someone got the payment receipt, approved it for you through the hub admin or the international admin, and then they would send to you an activation code. Once you log into that app, you activate the code, you earn instantly your $70, and you're activating that code with the name, the email, the phone number that was sent to you by that prospect, the new subscriber who's coming in as a co-founder in SWIFTtrip. Activate it and you send the login details to that person. Instruct that person to go to the website, click on login, and get straight access to the co-founders app, and also learn the same process thereby. Amazing. So I think we're wrapping it up here to say we'll see you some other time, and thank you for sharing, liking, and commenting on this video so that others will know the quality stuffs we put up here. We love you so much, and I am Honorable Richard Nadi, founder and CEO of SWIFTtrip, and
I am Favor Orinami Ayo, the international admin of SWIFTtrip and also the personal assistant to the CEO.
And we resound our slogan, we say, able co-owners of SWIFTtrip.